What if the story of your brain's future isn't set in stone? What if the narrative we've been told about aging and cognitive decline is fundamentally flawed? For generations, we've accepted the idea that memory loss and diminished mental capacity are inevitable consequences of growing older. But groundbreaking research is challenging this very notion, suggesting that our brains are far more resilient and adaptable than we ever thought possible. The fear of cognitive decline as we age is real, and it's a fear that touches almost everyone. We see loved ones struggling with memory, experiencing confusion, and gradually losing their independence. This fear can be paralyzing, leading us to believe that we are powerless against the ravages of time. But science now shows we have more control than ever imagined. Cutting-edge studies in neuroscience and gerontology are revealing the remarkable plasticity of the brain, its ability to change, adapt, and even regenerate throughout our lives. This is not just about extending lifespan, it's about extending health span, the period of life spent in good health, both physically and mentally. Memory loss isn't an unavoidable part of aging. It's not a predetermined fate that we must passively accept. While genetics do play a role, they are far from the only factor. Our lifestyle choices, our environment, and our daily habits have a profound impact on the health and vitality of our brains. New research reveals that up to 40% of dementia cases, a staggering number, could be prevented or delayed by changing certain lifestyle factors. This means that nearly half of all dementia cases could potentially be avoided or postponed through proactive measures. This is an incredibly empowering statistic, offering hope and a clear path forward. This is a revolution in our understanding of brain health. We are moving away from a reactive approach, where we wait for problems to arise and then try to treat them, to a proactive approach, where we take steps to protect and enhance our brain health throughout our lives. The old narrative of helplessness is being replaced by one of personal agency. We are no longer passive victims of aging. We are active participants in shaping our cognitive destiny. We have the power to influence the health and resilience of our brains through the choices we make every day. Imagine your brain as a living garden, a vibrant, complex ecosystem that requires nurturing and care to thrive. With care, through daily choices in diet, by providing it with the right nutrients and avoiding harmful substances, movement, by stimulating blood flow and promoting the growth of new brain cells and social connection, by engaging in meaningful interactions and combating loneliness, you can cultivate resilience and strength. Just as a gardener tends to their plants, you can tend to your brain, fostering its growth and protecting it from harm. These small, consistent actions build cognitive reserve, that extra capacity that allows your brain to withstand the challenges of aging and disease. A buffer that helps you stay sharp even as you age. It's like having a savings account for your brain, a reserve of cognitive resources that you can draw upon when needed. The journey to a healthier brain, a journey towards a more vibrant and fulfilling life, doesn't require a medical degree or drastic changes. It's not about complicated procedures or expensive treatments. It starts with knowledge and the belief that you can make a difference. It begins with understanding the science behind brain health and recognizing the power you have to influence your own cognitive future. In this video, we'll break down the science of dementia and Alzheimer's, demystifying these complex conditions and providing you with a clear understanding of what's happening in the brain. Explore risk factors, identifying the factors that can increase your risk of developing cognitive decline and give you a practical roadmap for prevention. A step-by-step guide to help you implement lifestyle changes that can protect and enhance your brain health. This is your guide to building a better brain and a brighter cognitive future. A future where you can enjoy mental clarity, sharp thinking, and a fulfilling life, regardless of your age. The power to protect your most vital organ is the organ that defines who you are, your memories, your thoughts, your personality, to a remarkable extent, in your hands. You have the ability to take control of your cognitive health and shape your brain's future. Let's begin. Let's embark on this journey together, empowering you with the knowledge and tools you need to build a healthier, more resilient brain for life. Dementia and Alzheimer's, two terms often confused, but they're not the same. Dementia is an umbrella term for symptoms like memory loss and cognitive decline that interfere with daily life. There are many types: vascular dementia, Lewy body dementia, and frontotemporal dementia, each with unique causes and symptoms. Alzheimer's is simply the most common cause of dementia, accounting for up to 80% of cases. So all Alzheimer's is dementia, but not all dementia is Alzheimer's. Understanding this distinction is crucial for accurate diagnosis and treatment. It also helps us focus on the specific mechanisms of Alzheimer's, where much of the research and prevention strategies are targeted. With this clarity, we can better understand the risks, signs, and prevention strategies ahead. Let's look inside the brain affected by Alzheimer's. Two proteins wreak havoc: beta amyloid and tau. Beta amyloid forms sticky plaques between nerve cells, blocking communication. Tau proteins, which normally stabilize neurons, become tangled inside cells, causing the cell's transport system to collapse. These plaques and tangles disrupt memory and thinking, and their buildup starts years before symptoms appear. The process begins in memory-critical areas like the hippocampus and spreads over time. Chronic inflammation is the third problem. The brain's immune cells attack the plaques and tangles, but this response becomes harmful, releasing toxins that damage neurons further. It's a vicious cycle. Plaques and tangles trigger inflammation, which accelerates brain cell death and cognitive decline. What puts us at risk for Alzheimer's disease? It's a question that weighs heavily on the minds of many, especially as we or our loved ones grow older. Understanding the factors that contribute to this condition is the first step in taking proactive measures. Some factors are, unfortunately, out of our control, predetermined by elements we cannot alter. But the encouraging news is that many risk factors are not set in stone. They are modifiable, meaning we have the power to influence them. Age is the single biggest risk factor. As we get older, the likelihood of developing Alzheimer's increases significantly. In fact, the chances of developing Alzheimer's double approximately every 5 years after the age of 65. This doesn't mean it's inevitable, but it highlights the importance of focusing on what we control as we age. Genetics also play a role. Certain genes, especially the APOE4 gene, have been linked to an increased risk of Alzheimer's. However, carrying the APOE4 gene doesn't guarantee you'll get Alzheimer's. It simply means you may have a higher predisposition. Many people with the gene never develop the disease, and many without it do. The real power and the most hopeful aspect of this lies in the modifiable risk factors. These are the elements of our lives that we can actively change and influence. Heart health is intrinsically linked to brain health. What's good for your heart is generally good for your brain. Conditions like high blood pressure and high cholesterol, if left unmanaged, can significantly increase your risk. Similarly, type 2 diabetes, particularly when it develops in midlife, has been shown to elevate the risk of cognitive decline. Lifestyle choices matter immensely when it comes to brain health and reducing your risk of Alzheimer's. Physical inactivity and smoking are detrimental to both your heart and your brain. A consistently poor diet, lacking in essential nutrients, and chronic social isolation can also contribute to increased risk. Furthermore, a lack of mental stimulation, such as engaging in mentally challenging activities, can raise your risk over time. Keeping your mind active is crucial. Head injuries are another significant and often preventable risk factor. The common thread that connects all these modifiable risk factors? They represent aspects of your life that you have the power to change and improve. By moving more throughout your day, and by making conscious choices to eat a healthier, balanced diet, by staying socially connected with friends and family, and by taking precautions to protect your head from injury, you are actively taking steps to defend your brain against the risk of Alzheimer's and promote long-term cognitive health. How do you spot the difference between normal forgetfulness and dementia? Occasional memory lapses are normal. Dementia is persistent, disruptive memory loss, forgetting recent events, repeating questions, or relying heavily on reminders. Other signs include trouble planning, solving problems, or handling familiar tasks, like following a recipe or managing bills. Difficulty completing routine activities, confusion about familiar places, and changes in mood or personality are also red flags. People may become suspicious, anxious, or withdraw from social activities. These changes go beyond senior moments. They signal deeper issues in thinking and behavior. Recognizing these symptoms early is crucial for getting the right support and care. For years, Alzheimer's felt inevitable, but science now tells us prevention is possible. The Lancet Commission found that addressing 12 modifiable risk factors could prevent or delay up to 40% of dementia cases. That's nearly half of all cases within our control. These factors include education, hearing loss, high blood pressure, obesity, smoking, depression, social isolation, inactivity, diabetes, air pollution, and excessive alcohol. Each is an opportunity to intervene and build a more resilient brain. This knowledge shifts dementia from a genetic fate to a public health challenge and a personal call to action. How do you build a resilient brain? Focus on the 5 pillars of cognitive health. First, move. Regular aerobic exercise boosts blood flow, reduces inflammation, and stimulates brain growth factors. Second, nourish. Diets like the Mediterranean or Mind diet, rich in greens, berries, nuts, olive oil, and fish, protect your brain. Third, rest. Quality sleep allows your brain to clear out toxins, including beta amyloid. Fourth, discover. Lifelong learning and mental challenges build cognitive reserve. Fifth, connect. Social engagement is powerful mental exercise and protects against decline. These habits, practiced consistently, are your best defense. Beyond the 5 pillars, a few more strategies can further protect your brain. Manage stress. Chronic stress and high cortisol levels damage memory centers. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or spend time in nature to lower stress. Stay socially connected. Relationships stimulate multiple brain systems and reduce risk. Keep your heart healthy. Manage blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes with regular checkups and healthy habits. Protect your head. Wear helmets, use seatbelts, and prevent falls at home. Each of these steps adds another layer of defense, creating a robust shield against cognitive decline. What about treatment options? New drugs can clear amyloid plaques effectively, but their effect on symptoms is modest at best, and unfortunately, they come with risks. Alzheimer's is complex. Plaques, tangles, inflammation, and vascular issues all play a significant role. There's unlikely to be a single cure. Future treatments will likely combine multiple approaches. That's why prevention is our best medicine right now. The strategies we've discussed are proven and powerful. Don't wait for a miracle drug. Take action today to protect your brain. We've explored the science, delving into the intricate mechanisms of the brain and the factors that influence its health. We've examined the research, the data, and the expert opinions that shape our understanding of cognitive function and decline. The risks, the potential challenges that aging and lifestyle can pose to our cognitive abilities. But more importantly, we've uncovered the hope of prevention, the proactive steps we can take to mitigate those risks and safeguard our mental sharpness. We've seen the faces of concern, but also the smiles of those who are empowered to take control of their brain health. Alzheimer's isn't inevitable. Your choices matter. The power to influence your cognitive future lies within your daily decisions, the habits you cultivate, and the actions you take. It's about understanding that every choice, big or small, contributes to the overall health and resilience of your brain. The path to a better brain is about small, consistent steps. It's not about drastic overhauls or unattainable goals, but rather about incorporating simple, sustainable practices into your daily routine. Think of it as a journey, a winding path through a forest of opportunities, each step bringing you closer to a healthier, sharper mind. Take the stairs, opting for physical activity whenever possible. Add greens to your meal, nourishing your brain with the essential nutrients it needs to thrive. Go to bed earlier, prioritizing sleep to allow your brain to rest, repair, and consolidate memories. Call a friend, nurturing your social connections to combat loneliness and stimulate cognitive function. Or learn something new, challenging your brain to adapt and grow through continuous learning and intellectual stimulation. Each action is a deposit in your brain's cognitive reserve, building a buffer against age-related decline and enhancing your ability to withstand cognitive challenges. Think of it as investing in your future cognitive well-being, one small deposit at a time. Your brain is your most precious asset. Protect it. It's the seat of your memories, your thoughts, your personality, and your ability to experience the world. Treat it with the care and respect it deserves, safeguarding it from harm and nurturing its health. The strategies we've covered are acts of self-care, a way of showing yourself compassion and prioritizing your well-being, and an investment in your future, a commitment to living a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Don't wait for a diagnosis or a perfect time to start. There's no need to wait for a wake-up call or a specific milestone. The best time to protect your brain is now. The present moment is the only time we have control over, so seize the opportunity to make positive changes and prioritize your cognitive health. Start with one small change and commit to your future. Choose one actionable step you can take today and make a conscious decision to stick with it. You are the architect of your brain's health. You have the power to design and build a cognitive future that is strong, resilient, and vibrant. The science is clear, providing us with the knowledge and tools we need to take control of our cognitive destiny. The opportunity is immense. The potential to improve your brain health and enhance your cognitive function is within your reach. Your journey to a sharper mind begins with your next choice. Every decision you make, from what you eat to how you spend your time, shapes your cognitive future. Make it a good one. Choose wisely, choose proactively, and choose to invest in the health of your brain.